Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to bring you guys a natural makeup look for under $50 or less. I say or less because there's just certain things you can definitely skip out on. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we're gonna just start off with the brows. This is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Micro Brow Pencil. This pencil is really all I need, but if you do need a non-expensive pomade to go with it, here is the E.L.F brow pomade. Hope everyone's doing very well. I know it's definitely a lot going on with people and their families. I try not to talk about it on the channel too much because I want this to be like your safe place or your place where you can just, you know, watch something that isn't talking about what is going on. I know makeup is definitely my favorite getaway from everyday life, so. To carve out my brow, I'm just gonna go in with my E.L.F Hydrating Camo Concealer, and mine is in the shade Light Beige. Next, for the eyes, I figured we could go in with this Profusion Blush and Glow highlighter palette. So we're just gonna go in with Fizz. I'm just gonna go in with this flat brush, and I'm also going to wet my brush with my Wet n Wild primer spray. I'm just gonna tap that on my lid. See how it just adds like a little glow to the lid. Nothing too dramatic. Or you could just leave your lid alone. Maybe just add like a skin tone concealer just to make it look more natural. If you have like a lot of veins in your eyes, like on your eyelids, you could definitely do that and just kind of like hide the veins with the concealer, which would be really, really nice for like a natural look. For lashes, I have the Kiss lashes in Ritzy. I love these. These are only $3.99 on Ulta's website. I'm gonna go in with my Kiss adhesive glue, and I'm also gonna go in with this Essence Lash of the Day mascara. Essence mascaras are like so amazing. I like the look that it adds to the falsies. So you don't have to do this step. It's definitely not mandatory, so you can save yourself $5 on a mascara. Definitely don't spend unnecessary coins. See? And even if you have like amazing lashes, skip out on the lashes on the falsies and just do your own lashes. While the lashes dry, for primer, I'm gonna just go in with my Wet n Wild primer spray. This is a 3-in-1 primer spray. It's for priming, of course. It's for finishing, and it's also for just like a refresh, reboost throughout the day. So I'm just gonna shake it up and prime my face. I'm gonna go in with a dry sponge. I'm just gonna kind of dab it in my face. If you would like a primer that is just a little bit more full coverage, I would definitely go in with the Wet n Wild Primer Focus Primer. This primer is really, really good. So like I said, you can definitely go without the lashes if that's just not something that you really need. These are very, very nice for natural days. Some women probably do have lashes like this, which are like super amazing, but personally, I do not, so I do like a little bit more volume on my lashes some days. For foundation, I have the E.L.F Flawless Finish Foundation, and mine is in the shade Sand. This foundation is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna go in with my ColourPop sponge today. I forgot which sponge this is. I forgot the name of it. I just actually want to just try it out. But if you want a less expensive sponge, that is amazing. I recommend the E.L.F Total Face Sponge. This sponge is absolutely like the best tool that I've ever used on my face. I'm gonna just do it with my finger. So I'm just gonna just bounce that into the skin. This sponge is pretty nice. So this foundation is very pretty for natural days. It does have a natural coverage to it. It's also buildable, so if you need a little bit more coverage because you're having a breakout that day, definitely build it up. It does build beautifully. This is not a mandatory step. I like to do this step just when I'm doing my makeup because I like to keep my lips hydrated. So I'm just gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Sleeping Mask Lip Balm. Time after I put on like foundation or powder products, my lips get like extremely dry. I do like to keep them moisturized as I go through my makeup process. I recommend it to those who have really dry lips because once you go move into your lips and do your lip products, they're gonna go on really like gross looking and you'll have peeling skin underneath, so you just don't want any of that. Some good tips for the peeling skin after the foundation is to wipe off the foundation, get a wet toothbrush or a dry toothbrush and just kind of scrub that off. Or you can buy like some sugar lip scrub and just scrub it on your lips. I have a E.L.F. lip scrub. It's in the shape of a like lipstick, and I just rub it on and then wipe it off, which is great for before the lips process. For under eye concealer, I'm not gonna add very much because again, this is a light natural look. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of my E.L.F. Hydrating Camo concealer. And I'm just gonna add a little bit under the eye, literally not too much, just to kind of cancel out the dark circles. Now, if you do not have dark circles or you feel like you don't even need this step, again, you could save money by not even doing it. Or you could take the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette and you could just kind of take the lighter shade and just kind of dab it under your eye with a brush or a sponge. But yeah, either options are really, really good. And like I said, if you don't need it at all, skip the step and save you some money. I'm just gonna go in with my E.L.F. Toto Face sponge. I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm just gonna go on my favorite concealer brush and just kind of blend it out as well. This brush is the Real Techniques, I think 425 brush, 421. I always say 5, I have no idea why. So the excess concealer that I do have on my sponge, I just kind of dab in the places normally where I would, you know, like kind of contour at. Doing this prevents kind of just over contouring while you're trying to do the natural look. So for bronzer, you could either not bronze at all because it's definitely not needed. I'm only going to do it. I wouldn't need it. I don't need to bronze. I can definitely get away with this being my natural no makeup look. I'm going to do it just for the ladies that do feel like they need to bronze. If you do decide to bronze, you could use, again, the Wet n Wild contour palette, and mine is in Dulce de Leche. You could use the brown shade and contour your face, or you could use this Wet n Wild, I think it's called Icon bronzer. Yes, ColorIcon bronzer, excuse me. And this is in the shade Palm Beach Ready. I'm going to use this one because it is cheaper than the Wet n Wild Contour Glow palette. Also, if you do not like a powder contour, you could use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Divine Concealer. Mine is in C13. This is a really, really creamy, beautiful formula for contouring. Or even spot concealing. If you are a beautiful brown skin, you could definitely spot conceal with this and be out on your way. I'm going to take a Profusion round tapered powder brush, and I'm just going to dip into it very lightly because again, this is a light natural look. So you don't want to go too overboard with anything that you use. Start at the hairline, of course. The concealer that is left on my sponge, I'm just going to kind of clean that up. So for setting powder, again, this step is definitely skippable, but if you did a little bit more glam, you will probably need to set your concealer and carve out your face contour. I'm not going to use powder, but I want to give you guys an option of what to use. So this Airspun setting powder is in the shade Translucent, and you can get yours on Amazon. It was the cheapest one in my collection, or like I said, you can just save money, not even do that, and then clean up your contour either with your concealer or the concealer that's left on your sponge. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Nude Society blush. I love, love, love this shade. It is very, very gorgeous. I'm just gonna go in with this brush, lightly dab into it. After blush, I like to go in with a highlighter. Now again, I keep saying this whole video, but I can't stress it enough. Like, the highlighter is definitely not needed. It's not necessary to me. I will just show you how to just gently glow up your face. I'm just gonna take this little rounded brush. I'm gonna go in with the shade Charming. For lips, I'm just going to go in with a clear gloss. This is the Essence Shine 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 lip gloss. I love this lip gloss. It's so gorgeous. I'm just going to set my brows with this E.L.F. Brow Wow Gel. I'm just going to go ahead and add mascara to my bottom lash line. Again, that is not a necessary step. I'm just going to do it because I like it. So to set my face, I'm just going to go back in with the Wet n Wild 3-in-1 Primer Spray. So this would be the natural makeup look for me for $50 or less. And this is just a really good quarantine and chill look if you gotta FaceTime your boyfriend and you still wanna look cute. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.